In 3, 2, 1, theme song.
11-825, code 6, 105 North Avenue, 52.
Prepare to be fucked by the long dick of the law.
This isn't happening. Everyone look away, please. Nothing to see here. Wee-woo, wee-woo, wee-woo.
You can't break those cuffs.
You shot me in the dick!
Make him away, toys! Take him away, toys!
Oh, wow, that's foul.
Kevin's over here gargling. Dick.
Penis.
Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion, coming to you live from Neo, Chicago. I'm Officer Kevin with a voice that is quickly going, so I apologize in advance, folks. And who else do we have here?
Orewa. Tokkagaru no Saturn Roku Shukyu Su no Kapkage Moon Suzuki Ichizoku no Grantara Datebayo!
Sugoi. Sasuga Guranto-san.
Now, if you're wondering, Kevin's sick because I wear shorts sometimes.
That's exactly what happened.
I wasn't sick.
And then I wore shorts and now you're sick.
I knew you two freaks gave each other mono.
No, this guy, he's got sick because he was wearing shorts, as we all predicted.
That is not what fucking happened.
And
I
then
was
you made
around
out.
a bunch of children, and children just carry every type of fucking bacteria.
Well,
And they
And
fucking
so do you.
infected me with their fucking influenza shit that they pass around in school to each other. And then they're fucking like climbing on me, fucking, I don't want to make it sound bad. I mean, these are my fucking nieces and nephews or whatever the fuck. This is a family thing that happened during Thanksgiving. So it's natural that, this would occur. Can we change the subject? What are we talking about? Me
Yeah, I'm
wearing
still not
shorts.
sure on like the chain of custody of who got infected by who.
I felt fine until we saw that movie last week. We all saw Promare together. Isn't that right?
I think that's why I think that's why I'm sick too.
And you were
actually.
sitting next to me sniffling and shit the whole time, and then I woke up the next day and I was sick.
It sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it is.
I was wearing pants in the theater, just to let you know. I don't know if you realize that or not. I wasn't wearing shorts.
I wasn't.
that day.
I just was not paying attention. So
I'm
let's
just saying.
let's give a thank you to our guest from last week, Marty. Hey, Marty, thanks. Yeah, stand up guy.
He was sitting down the whole episode.
what?
Let's introduce our new guest to the show. Well, they're not new. They've been on the show a lot. All right,
Like once.
once and 17 times.
Well,
We have Peter McCracken.
that's me.
What's cracking?
Ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
How the hell are you, Peter?
Sure.
Waza!
Yeah, let's go with that.
I'm glad that you have conversational skills that are much like mine.
Yeah, I don't
Never
know.
answer any direct
Well,
questions.
because like
try
when
and
somebody
make
asks me
things
how it's going,
awkward.
it's like, well, if I give you an honest answer, you don't care.
Yeah.
And if I give you a flippant one, there's a chance this might actually turn into a conversation, which I'm not. I'm here for that specifically now, but just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've learned that just like not answering is the best sort of like broad policy. Because then you just go like, I fulfilled the obligations of pretending to care, as did you, and now we can both go on our separate ways like we were planning on originally.
I used to hate when people would say, have a good one, until I realized how vague a statement that was. That's just like, hey, I don't give a shit what the fuck you say, like, to me or about me. Like, have a good one. And it's like, this is great. This is perfect. I'm going to say this for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
And I do.
because it's really up to whoever you're talking to like interpret that and sit with it, and like that's their emotional labor then, and you're just done. You know, you clock out for the
Washed
day,
my hands
as it
of it.
were.
So, Peter, been hitting the stand-up scene these days.
If we're talking in the past several months, yes. In the
Yes.
past couple of weeks, no.
That's fine. I have.
I'm tired and I can't think of any fun new jokes.
Yeah, that happens.
Tell us a joke, funny man.
What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back?
My father.
A stick. Like your father used to beat you with.
Nice.
I was gonna say a coomerang.
A coomerang.
Coomerang.
Because it doesn't come back.
Well, I feel like the show has turned into the local guest, at least, has turned into the pressure open mic showcase as well. Because
I mean,
everyone who like has been on the show who's a local comedian is like involved with the pressure open mic, which is
or like they've been there a couple of times.
Yeah.
Like if they say returning champion before you go up on stage, and they remember who you are, basically.
Yeah, no. So
I feel like your reach is a little bit broader than that, though.
And we're not that it's a competition or anything.
If it was, we'd be winning, though.
Yeah, we would be.
True.
Yeah, no offense to Brandon and Mitch and Robert.
But we're better than them. And they know it.
Yeah.
Don't know them.
Yeah. So you were on the showcase recently. How'd that go?
It was interesting. Totally was not prepared, much like the answer to this question. So I was reading off the notes. I definitely did not go anywhere near my time limit, but I was also like told basically that day that like, or right when I got there, they were like, "Oh yeah, you're opening up," and I'm like, "Okay," which wasn't as bad as it could have been. The crowd was very responsive. I feel like I got things off to a good start.
Cool,
so
awesome.
I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. Well, I'll catch your next performance there. Isn't that right, Grant?
Yeah, you will. I won't be. It's too far north. But Kevin
I like his honesty in this one. I'm like, no, you're not.
People appreciate the honesty, man. I'm telling you. You think that I'm
like if I can get either of you up there once per fiscal quarter, I feel like that's enough. And like anything more frequent than that is just that's probably not going to happen. But it's all the way up there. So.
I mean, and you only recently started doing stand up recently.
Right. Yeah,
and I mean, your first set was really good. That was like
that was all
best.
your guys' fault. So the rest of the delusions of grandeur, unfortunately, can all be tied back to you.
Well, you know,
it was really good. My first one was like, if you've seen that Sunny in Philadelphia episode where Dee does like the stand up, it was kind of like that. Where
but like the first couple where she's not good,
yeah,
and then she has the joke about getting hit on by the bus.
Yeah.
Oh, and who's that speaking? You may be hearing the queen of the voicemail. Oh. Right, that's right. That's Niko. What's up?
Not much. I'm just chilling with my gamers.
Hey, you can't.
I can say hard R. I can say hard R. I got first place in Tetris 99. So
that's right.
So yeah, suck on that.
Suck on that, y'all.
Okay. Before we get into anything, can I just say that I am so tired of all of these like best of 2019 compounded with best of the decade lists.
Yes.
Me too.
And I would like to flip that and ask everyone what their least favorite thing from the decade has been.
Oh my god.
I know we talked a little bit about this before.
Can we do this like Watch Mojo top 10 style?
No, because I'm not sitting through 39 entries before I get to
you would have
mine.
given me more time for this prompt because I have a
just
lot
like
of
the first thing that comes to your mind, like the one thing you never want to see in 2020 going forward.
Oh man,
that is a good question.
Do I do it? Do I say it?
Yes.
I'm gonna say it. It's gonna be a new year soon. New year, new me, dude. The fucking like. Okay, this isn't from a non-political angle. Don't think that this is politics. This isn't politics.
My hand is right over the cancellation button, ready to slap that motherfucker. Let's go.
I'm here to slap it away.
I am so scared right now.
The Trump presidency is wearing me down, man.
Orange Man bad.
Just like
shots fired.
Not even just him, but just like everything surrounding him and people coming up to me and being like, "Hey, did you hear what happened?" And I'm like, "No, what happened?" And
because it's like 5 things an hour.
He's misspelled something on Twitter, and I'm like, "Please get this guy out of office. I can't."
It's always like
deal with this.
It's
anymore.
always like there's always 5 things an hour, and like 4 of them are horrifying, and then the one where it's like
humorous.
Not of actually any consequence to anyone's like life or well-being. It's then that's the one that gets dunked on for 6 weeks.
Oh no, he insulted Angela Merkel. This is a shame to our democracy. Like, who gives a shit?
All the world leaders were making fun of Trump at an event. And it's
well, like, no
I have
shit.
no idea what's happening in the Middle East, no idea what's happening at the border. I just know that Donald Trump spelled hamburgers wrong and he's a fucking idiot. I can't do it, man.
Trump, you, sir, are over.
Eviscerated. Like some John
We gotta
Oliver.
get Ben Shapiro on.
Like
the
I
show.
want John Oliver out of a job, basically.
I want
think.
everyone involved in SNL to be like euthanized. Like,
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
no, in real life. I'm not even joking.
Oh, God.
This is
I-
like,
This is where we get pulled off iTunes.
No, I gotta say, I think I'd pick SNL. I would say
It's always been bad, though.
it's always been bad, but it reached this like weird, perfect nadir of like both completely useless on the political front, like no insight, no nothing. And then when they do try to have teeth, it's embarrassing. I think there's been like half a dozen funny things that have like come through recently, and the only one I can think of from like this past 2 years is the Harry Styles social media manager account sketch, playing off of like Instagaze. That one was actually like, I think, super well
written and directed by Be Nice to Me Productions.
Probably. I'm not getting that joke, but
I was gonna say I don't think Peter knows what that is.
But yeah, SNL is like just exceedingly useless, and I'm tired of hearing about it. And it seems like too much revolves around like what the show itself or what the individual cast members or like former cast members are doing, and I just don't care. I'm tired of it. I'm sure there's like much funnier people out there who deserve the airtime. And if it's going to be that mediocre, I shouldn't have to hear about it everywhere on Monday morning.
When Shane Gillis got like fired from SNL, I was like, yeah, so what?
Unhired.
Good. Like, go do your own thing now. Like,
yeah, SNL has not been funny since Chris Farley, rest in peace, greatest Wisconsinite to ever have lived, died. And I stand by that.
what about the guy from Making a Murderer?
You mean Kevin?
Okay, that was
Speaking
good.
of Kevin, least favorite part of the decade.
Podcasts. There's too many.
There is, I kind of like the recent trend where it's like less hyper-produced stuff, because there was definitely that point in time where that was seeming like it was going to take over the entire market. And it's just like people talking bullshit. Like, those are my top 5 podcasts that I listen to probably are like literally 4 of them are people sit in a room and chit chat.
Yeah.
I think that's fun. It's because we're all lonely and don't have friends.
You guys are my friends.
Thank you. I would say
Not
that
legally binding.
Shut up.
I mean, I would say podcast is also like the greatest and worst thing of this past decade, because I do think it is a great form of entertainment that I consume constantly, but at the same time, just there's a lot of voices that don't need to be heard, especially us.
Don't start with us.
Where else? What better place to start than Thought Cops?
No, I think the worst are like those podcasts about like one specific TV show where they dissect an episode each, like episode, like it's horrible. My mom just listens to like Walking Dead or Game of Thrones podcasts, and it's just awful.
Why don't you just watch the show and then talk about it with your own fucking friends?
I don't know shit.
I mean, granted, we do our own spin-off Fire Bros that you can download at patreon.com/thoughtcops for $2 a month, the low price. But
that is low.
Regardless, that is low.
very
Who's she going to talk about it with? My dad, who's just going to say it's for libtards, or my dog, who is cute but can't talk.
Speaking of Patreon tiers, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a YouTube channel that tries to do what looks like lower budget commentary style videos, but they obviously do it with like a huge budget and like an animation staff and like the money to take the watermarks off their stock photos and everything. Mm-hmm. So they started a Patreon, and they have 5 tiers. So it goes from $2 for the lowest one up to $20. All right. So $2 and you can read their posts. $5 and you can comment on them and vote in the polls for like what video they're going to make next and like their merch and everything. $10 you actually get to watch these exclusive videos that are like material that's like, you know, too like heavy for YouTube just because of like how much they're cracking down and like how often their content policies change, which is horseshit. But anyways, so like, you know, maybe good for them, but $10 for like 1 or 2 videos a month. Are they that good? No. And then $15 gets you merch discount and early access, and $20 gets you like they send you a postcard every month or some shit. Which like that can't be a feasible thing to do if you have enough people at that level.
Spill is a psyop.
Yeah, it's a fucking CAA psyop. But anyway, so I was just thinking about how galling that was watching that. I'm like, you didn't mention exclusive anything until $10 a month. And meanwhile, we get all this great shit from you guys for a bargain bin rate.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, so you guys need to talk about makeup and beauty guru drama more, and then maybe you can charge more.
Maybe. I would love to see you two like try and learn and then form an opinion about James Charles, because I bet it would go against every cell in your bodies.
We tried to on the one episode where that was the guy that like got canceled or whatever.
And then he got uncanceled.
There's been like 15 of them this year.
I don't know any of these fucking people.
Talk
but
about
we
it
did
once,
one of the makeup fucking stories, and it was like the worst, the worst story we ever tried to fucking get through.
If you had me, I could have been like explaining it because.
Well, speaking of you, your lowest moment of the decade.
Not personally, but
Not
like
personally. Yeah.
Oh, that would just be existence.
Yeah, we don't want to be here all day.
Okay, so I'm gonna be I'm not just gonna meme it. I'm gonna be serious.
Okay.
So remember at the beginning of the decade, how it was so easy to like pirate music and TV shows.
Yeah.
And how like the advent of streaming just fucked it all. Like I miss like MediaFire, Rapid Share. I miss the peer-to-peer servers. I miss Tokyo Toshokan. I miss all that shit. And now it's all fucking streaming garbage, and like finding like older obscure stuff is so difficult. Well, I'm talking about anime for that. But music is all like for some stuff that I like, which is like foreign or like really out of print, like rare emo stuff. You have to go on SoulSeek, which is the last bastion of freedom. And I fear that in the 2020s, SoulSeek will just be shut down, and at that point, I will be forced to join ISIS in Minecraft.
oh wow.
So
I gotta agree.
folks.
But my one counterpoint to that is the rise of streaming did give us Baby Yoda.
Get out.
okay,
Get out.
Baby Yoda.
Leave.
Baby Yoda is also
Be
a
gone.
psyop.
No, it's pronounced Begone Thought. I have a name.
I was a fan of the Lego Yoda ketamine memes, and then like Baby Yoda came up and just like usurped it. I'm like, what the hell, Disney? Like forced memes.
Big problem. Speaking of big problems, we got some show news.
That's right.
We got a live show
I love
coming
that
up.
way of framing it.
Yeah.
We got a live show coming up.
It's a big problem if you don't go. I'll
big-
make it one.
It will be.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking knock
Oh,
down your
bitch.
door in Minecraft and beat the shit out of you
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Yeah. So
January 2nd at the Crowd Theater. Tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your husband, because we're doing a show.
It's going to be good. We got Brianna Murphy's going to be the guest of the
Yes.
episode.
Very excited.
We're going to
Pop
have
an edible before and just ruin our chances of ever going back.
Well, that'll also be day 2 of legal weed in Chicago. So how about that?
I already bought my ticket, and I don't know if I'll be able to remember to show up, but it is the thought that counts.
Come out, get high, or don't get high.
Get
just have
high.
a good time.
At least
hi.
you have the choice now.
Yeah, you have the choice. And
You legally have the choice.
yeah, we're not narcs or anything.
Yeah. I'm not a cop.
Yeah, you got a hat that says it too.
Yeah. If I was a cop, I'd have to tell you. It'd be entrapment.
We're also going to have a live, interactive 2 minutes of hate. So if you come to the show and you listen to this show,
Have
and
your voice be heard.
yeah, it'll be a good time.
Speaking of good times, I also just want to sort of like replug some of this stuff. Patreon.com/thoughtcops.
Yeah, I mean,
if you
if
haven't gone there,
The holiday season's coming up. If you're feeling charitable,
get your loved ones a gift that they'll never remember to use.
yeah, the new $20 tier, Grant will come to your house and tickle your feet.
that's right.
So for $2, for the low price of $2, you have access to our monthly, when we get around to doing it, bonus episode Fire Bros, where we review different content, and you can also tell us content that you want reviewed.
Yeah, we've
hear
taken-
our thoughts, feelings, and opinions on.
Yeah,
it.
if you're in the Discord server, we've taken plenty of suggestions.
Speaking of the Discord server, for $5 a month, you can listen to these episodes as we record them on the Discord server.
Speaking of which, shout out to our friend Lakembra, who's in the chat right now.
Currently listening. Hello, Lakembra.
Hello.
And for $10 a month, you reach the amateur detective tier, where we give you your own special ride-along episode, where you tell us anything you want us to talk about, and then we send you an audio file of us talking about it, and then you can do what you want with that audio file.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever done that.
it's
well,
worth
do
it.
it.
Yeah, let us, because a lot of people
Can
have,
I cash in all the ones I haven't
No.
used yet?
No.
Fuck you
Once the
guys.
post is gone, you're done.
So yeah, people have sent us pictures of their friends and said roast this guy.
Yeah.
And then we just roast him, and then they send the audio file to this guy, and he's like, "Who are these two men?"
If I ever meet these people, I'm going to beat the shit out of
Yeah.
them. Someone did say that someone said that.
Really?
Yeah. We made fun of someone's small town. They sent us a video of like a small town festival.
Yeah.
And then had us roast the festival. And then his friend that he sent the video to said, if I ever see those fucking guys, I'm beating the shit out of them.
Well, there you go, folks.
So, $10, you can have the shit beat out of us.
Yeah. What a steal.
Also, for free, though, you can go to iTunes and leave us a review, and we'll read the review on the show. It has to be 5 stars, but we will read it on the show.
Yeah, because those reviews also help us get more exposure and new fans and new listeners and help the show grow to exciting new heights.
Yeah, we're really trying to make 2020, a big event. Trying to make it grow, folks. Speaking of growing, we also have a subreddit. Fucking join that. It's our reddit.com/r/thoughtcops. Our very own listener, IO Netrunner, set up a bot that auto posts the episodes.
Oh, exciting!
Yeah, it is exciting. We're reaching out. Speaking of reaching out, we have hit 50,000 downloads.
Congratulations! Hooray!
It took us some time to get there, but we crossed the line. We crossed the finish line.
That's right. It's all over now.
We can end the show
we
now.
Can finally quit. Just kidding, folks. We're going to get to 1 million and quit. Help us out. Let's get there quick.
Please. We're so tired.
This is exhausting.
We can't end this one episode until we get 1 million downloads. Come on, guys.
I can't even speak anymore.
Yeah, imagine what it's going to sound like as you approach like that 900,000 mark. Just like, welcome to Thought Cops.
And shout out to Lakembra, who's in the chat, who just upped his Patreon pledge to $10.
Woo! That's like $5 in Australia.
Thank you, Lakembra.
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Exchange rate.
I think it's like
didgeridoos. Is that the currency?
I think it's more Australian
dollary-doos.
Dollary-doos.
Yeah.
All I know about Australia is from that Simpsons
I think they keep their money in a wombat. I think that's what the pouch is for on the marsupials.
Kangaroo pouch.
Wait, is this 14.54 Australian dollars?
Let's get to the 2 minutes of hate segment. Everyone's favorite famous segment where you talk about the things online that fucking make you angry. Kevin, you look angry.
I do?
No, but, play along.
Well, kinda.
I just have that face. I can't help it.
He has resting bitch face.
I do. My 2 minutes of hate is... so, get somebody else.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Okay, I hate unpreparedness. No. I have found that I despise, and this is like the most minor fucking thing in the world, but it drives me up a wall. So there's that like cats can have little salami thing where like this is the dumbest thing, but anytime someone writes out that specific meme or a reference to it and says a little instead of little like I understand that you don't immediately catch it because it's like the word is one fucking letter and it's being moved one position in the sentence essentially, but like the original joke was like there's a cat typing on a laptop very very carefully and he only makes one kind of obvious error indicating that's who's answering your question there. And I don't know, like I have a lot fucking brain damage about it. But it just, I don't know, it sets me off. It's like when people say espresso instead of espresso.
As a former Starbucks employee, that kills me.
Like, I can't even pretend to say it anymore without like battery acid like starting to clog out the back of my throat. I don't know.
Like people would come in, they'd be like, "Hi, can I get a double espresso?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, one double espresso. Anything else?" And they're like, "No, just the espresso." And I'm like, "I just corrected you. Why are you not picking up on this?"
Maybe they have a lisp and they're just embarrassed. No. Otherwise, it would be espresso.
They're choosing to be stupid. Just like poor people.
I wish I could. I wish I could flip a switch to be stupid. Like, today I will not have a lot of cognition, and then just take everything down at 10% and just kind of bumble throughout the world.
You can just smoke a lot of weed and it does the same thing.
Girl, I'm trying.
All right. So, what's your punishment for?
My punishment for that is you have to go to summer remedial reading courses at your nearest public elementary school. And you get condescended to the whole time by someone who's really sweet, but she obviously doesn't think you can do it. And that's a shout out to my second grade reading teacher. Bitch.
Rest in peace, Mrs. Smith. Kevin, do you have one?
Not yet.
You go.
Niko, do you have one?
No,
okay.
You gotta
I'm going second. This is new for me. There's a debate happening online. A great debate. The greatest debate that's ever been debated, and it's a debate about whether or not you should be allowed to masturbate. The great masturbate debate.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't. Great. Okay.
I fucking hate debation.
Conservative Twitter, and I guess conservative just internet culture has been going balls to wall, fighting with each other. They can't decide whether or not porn should be legal or illegal. And I hate seeing it. I don't want to see it. Like,
can you imagine like two really old Republican boomers on like some AM talk show, and one of them's calling the other one a swerf? I want to savor that right now, and I'm going to make you all savor that too. But anyways,
like
I don't know if savor is the correct word for what I'm feeling right now.
Or like congested.
So one half of people is like, oh, it's free expression, it's free speech. You know, you don't want the government like, hey, we're small. Hey, yo, we're conservative here. Oh, hey, we like the small government. Hey, we're walking here. We don't need the government putting their dicks in our asses. Well, we're walking here. Oh,
titties out, you know.
And then you got the other side that's like, this is a Christian nation, and this shouldn't be allowed. Porn should be made illegal. It should be banned. It's a public health hazard. And I hate it. I hate that I'm seeing it. I try and unfollow, mute mentions and mute hashtags, and it's still just like I'm reading all this shit about porn and what people's opinion on porn is, and it's like I don't care about anything, let alone this.
Yeah, that's valid.
Thank you.
So what is your punishment for people who engage in this clearly horrendous debate?
Ban them from Twitter.
I was thinking...
Oh, my free speech. Oh, you banned me from Twitter, my free speech. Well, that's what you get for talking about porn, okay? You want to make it illegal? I'm going to make it illegal for you to talk about it. How about that, bitch?
I was thinking just
Fuck you.
Making them eunuchs.
You can do that too. Por qué no los dos?
Okay. I actually have something to complain about now.
All right, go.
A little weeaboo-ish, but I hate when I find...
Surprise.
I've been getting into reading manga again, and I find like some stuff that's like good, and then like there's no more translations because people just stopped translating it because people aren't reading it because they have bad taste. So basically, I'm complaining that people have bad taste, so things I want to read are still not translated into English.
Don't you speak Japanese?
The thing is, it's hard to find like the raws in Japanese too, because Japan is weird about piracy. So usually when you get the raws in Japanese, it's from like foreigners, not Japanese people. So if people aren't even uploading the raws, I'm shit out of luck. So
is that like when the manga is
closer
bareback?
to the mic?
It's bareback in the
like it's bareback and it doesn't have the plastic wrapper on it. Is that what raws is?
Raw is just like in Japanese. And there's a couple things that I really want to read, but they're like 400 chapters, only like 30 are translated, and I can't find even the raws to like just try reading it like in Japanese. And I'm not buying it. I'm not fucking buying fucking Moonrune comics. It's not happening.
Maybe that's why it's not popular, because you're not buying it.
That doesn't have a correlation with like pirated scanlations.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
There has to be at least a little bit of a market.
You literally walked into one of those fucking like two lines going in opposite directions econ graphs.
I don't know. I'm just upset. There's a couple of things I want to read, and people won't like donate to these people. And these are long dead like translations. I should clarify. These are ones that have not been translated in many years, and I wouldn't even know where to get
ancient glyphs.
Yeah, it sucks, and it's like, man, like at the very least, I would like.
It's like in Pokemon Gold and Silver when you go into the unknown chamber, and you're like, "What is this ancient language?" Wow.
I'm just upset. I want to
read these letters.
They all seem to be inspired by the alphabet.
Like, okay, I have one specific example that pisses me off. Like, I want to read the Baki manga, which is like 1,000 chapters, and it's in like 4 or 5 parts. The first part is not fully translated because there's an anime adaptation, and then there's like 3 other parts that are partially translated. Like, why are you, like, just start from the first one, translate from them, and then just go in order what's missing? Like, don't just start what's new and just go from there. No, just go back. Please, I want to read. I want to see, like, Baki, like eating his girlfriend's pussy, and then she like, almost dies. Like, that's so funny.
So what's your punishment?
Can I just say that I'm really inspired by the Christmas miracle that took place here when you said, I want to read?
I did.
Truly the Finnegan's Wake of anime.
My punishment is that they just need to translate shit I want. Like, stop translating garbage that I don't like and translate stuff I do like.
Yeah, because this podcast is totally the platform to kick off your revolution.
Yeah.
Please finish translating Baki. Please.
Okay, I'll get right on it. Sorry about it.
Yeah, sorry.
Arigato.
Peter, get on it.
Okay.
I got one now.
Shoot.
It's
Wait. Like the kids say, go off, King.
Okay. Now I can. So mine is somewhat inspired by that. It's people who brag about how they can get anything they want online for piracy.
Yeah.
Where it's like
talking shit.
Well, it's like they're like, why would you pay for Spotify? It's all on YouTube, and it's like, it is, but like you pay like a small amount of money to support the artists you like. That's cool. Or it's like,
and it's
also like even then, like just challenge someone to go listen to like any random album on YouTube, like in order, without having to like make a playlist or like find a full length album video. I guarantee you they can't do.
Also, the sound quality on YouTube is ass. Like at least like pirate from Soulseek. Like,
or go to the fucking library and get a CD. Jesus.
Yeah.
There's options out there. So I'm just like, and I've known people who are like, they just brag about like, oh, I have an external hard drive with like thousands of movies on it. It's like, that's cool. Like, it's like we all learned to do that when we were like 13, you know? It's like the people who act like this is like some secret FBI skill they have where it's like, it's like doesn't know how to fucking download an MP4, you know?
Okay, you say that, but there's people who literally don't know. I've had to show people how to like pirate stuff, and they were like, whoa, you can do this? And these aren't like young or old people, they're like our age, so like they exist.
I mean, there's definitely a skills gap.
They do exist.
Like, some people just didn't get off of Neopets fast enough, I guess.
Yeah. But
no,
yeah.
and like it's also just, it's really weird because like that's what you're going to brag about. Like I really hope she responds to that DM, King.
Right.
No,
Yeah, I hope she sees this, King.
we are not the same.
I don't think we're all in full support of piracy, but there is a fucking
I'm not against
arrogance.
it either. But it's just like the idea of people are like, it's like, if I have a Netflix account, like, oh yeah, they put this movie on, I'm going to watch it on Netflix and I like this. And they're like, you know that you could just pirate stuff. It's like, no shit. I
got this movie in like a shitty .avi 2 years ago, and every single shadow on screen looks like it's made out of fucking Mega Blocks. Like, cool.
Exactly. So it's like the issue.
Good for you.
Yeah, like the issue I have is just the people who act like it's like just some of this stuff is so dirt cheap, and it's like just throw a subscription out there and like get it out, you know?
Well, and also that like runs counter to what I learned when like I was 10 or 12 and like first starting to like torrent a shitload of stuff, which was always like you never even use like the acronym nickname for your torrent tracker on like any non-approved like semi-public internet venues. Like there were very strict processes about like how you could even go about referring people for the interview or like getting the invite or whatever. Like it was all very like secretive, and the whole point was like not having anyone find out. And I guess the landscape's changed, but like, I mean, also I don't think anyone wanted anyone else to brag, because it's like we just sound like a bunch of virgins then.
Yeah.
Like what.cd, rest in peace. Like, and not the coolest place once you actually got in. I don't know. It was like teen night at a nightclub.
But but seriously, I'm gonna reach out to the audience. If anyone has an Anime Bites like invite, please let me know. I've been wanting one for a while, and I always miss the interview, and it's like once or twice a year.
Interview?
Yeah, there's
you have to like there are torrent trackers that will literally quiz you on mostly the basics of like just how do you do like uploads and downloads, what the hell do these words mean, like just so that they know that like you're a real person and you're not a moron. And then when they...
Usually I just click the box that says I'm not a robot and they believe me.
Well, unfortunately, these people aren't buying that particular little ruse of yours.
Yeah.
They're not falling for it.
Neither are we.
But yeah, Anime Bites. Got an invite? Let me know. You know where to find me.
Anime Bites. I don't think it's all bad.
So my punishment is... I don't know, man. Just...
You get everything to the internet.
Everything you listen to is 128 kilobit per second or lower quality for the rest of your life.
You get like 260 p like quality everything.
Like you said, the shadows are just these big
your FLAC collection is fucking gone. Yeah. And you're a better person without it.
1080p. Who is she?
Is there a 1080 him? You didn't let me finish. You get uploaded to the internet, and then someone butt pirates you.
Butt pirates?
You remember that insult? In like 5th grade, when someone would be like, "Shut up, butt pirate," and it's
still call people that.
What's wrong with you?
It's funny.
Is that like a slang term for a top? I don't get it.
Or
I guess so.
Is it a top or a bottom?
Who's burying the treasure?
I think it's like.
I believe you'd be digging up the treasure.
I think it's like the.
You're only digging up treasure if you didn't clean out right, honey. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a.
Make sure the water's clear, girl.
I think it's like a 5th grader's way of calling you a rapist. I think is the. You're a butt pirate. I don't know.
What the fuck?
I'm just putting it out there. I don't know.
Wow, this whole Me Too climate, man.
Great.
These accusations are just flying around the schoolyard.
So if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often quite unusual punishment.
Just electric chair this week, I think. I'm out of good ideas.
Yes, we got to get that wheel, Grant.
Stop mentioning the wheel. No one wants to hear about the wheel until we get the wheel.
Fair.
You should get a wheel, and then every slice says Chicken Wars on it.
Oh, God.
Real heads now.
Chicken Wars at the live show, hopefully.
Christ.
See, who thinks that breakfast is the most important meal of the day?
I don't eat breakfast.
I don't agree with that.
Come on, Grant, you work out. What do you think?
There's no correct answer.
Y'all like eggs? Scrambled eggs? Hard-boiled?
As long as they're unfertilized, honey.
Are you going to hit me in the face with an egg and say, "How do you like them eggs?"
Well, we're getting up there in age. A little bit. We're hitting our late 20s.
Oh, yeah, you're almost out of your childbearing years. How are your eggs doing? You should get some frozen.
Well, that's what I'm kind of getting at here, because Taylor Swift is about to turn 30, and she still looks so young. It's strange to think that 90% of her eggs are already gone. 97% by the time she turns 40. So I hope she thinks about having kids before it's too late.
Wait, okay. So
she'd be a fun mom.
Okay, so based on that math, because my mom had me when she was 39.
Okay.
Does that mean that I had a 97% chance of not being born and still somehow
I don't
fuck
think
that
that's
up?
how statistics work.
I think that's not a real thing either. I'm pretty sure that's not true.
Okay, thank God, because I was going to be real pissed if I was somehow a fucking 3% miracle baby. Fuck that.
No, it's not how. No.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Yeah, that was a quote from Stefan Molyneux.
Modern day philosopher Stefan Molyneux.
So a philosopher was basically some dude during the Enlightenment or whatever who would do the modern equivalent of not reading a tweet over before hitting send and then still keeping it up after getting ratioed into oblivion.
And then making a 3.5 hour long video about it and how the white culture is dying.
Oh, so that's what The Irishman is about?
Yeah.
I just gotta say, Stephen I'm not gonna say his name right. Stephen Molly meme.
It's pronounced Stefan Molyneux.
Okay.
Polycule?
So he's French Canadian. That's just disgusting. We should just disregard his opinion on that parameter. He has not only the audacity to be Canadian, but he's French Canadian. Ew!
I'm pretty grossed out by him as a person.
I love how he was you know what this incredibly famous rich woman wants to have written about her? Her fertility viability. This is clearly the kind of thing everyone's looking for. There was some weekday morning too, right? When he posted this shit.
So it was
he's just
Tuesday
vibing
at 9 a.m.
I vibe it. I don't vibe that fucking hard, bro.
So his point here is to say something about the declining birth rate and yada yada yada. Millennials are not having kids as much.
Mostly in white people.
I'm doing it to save the planet.
I don't want to ruin my body.
Well, because he's one of those people that he went to a Polish rally and he cried at how beautiful the idea of a white ethno state is. So
I'm sorry, he went to Poland and saw a bunch of Polish people and was like, "This is what I'm going to ride or die for. This is my chosen ethnicity right here."
He saw them trying to screw a light bulb.
Okay.
I can say that. Don't worry.
Hey, I got a fun one for you on that note. How does a Czechoslovakian guy delete Microsoft Word entries with the delete key? How does a Polish guy do it? White out.
White out.
Just on the monitor. making sure it
How
gets
does
away.
Stefan Molyneux do it?
With 3% of my
Also
eggs.
white out. Oh.
So Stefan Molyneux versus Taylor Swift. I don't even think. Again, it's like I hope she sees this, King. I don't know if she did.
She's too busy like snorting coke at like New York parties to give a shit. Like,
Is she still doing that thing where like every time she goes out of her apartment, she lies down in like a box or a trunk or something, and then gets like loaded up out of her building into the back of a van?
What?
Is this a thing that happens?
yeah.
Yeah, she was doing it for a while, a couple of years ago, because like she was basically tired of like not being able to leave her fucking apartment building.
I mean,
like even when it was like very clearly like, hey, like a black set of Escalades just pulled up with very burly men all jumping out. Like clearly this is not a good time to try and get a picture, you know? That's when you start hitting on them. But yeah, she's weird. I don't know. I don't think she reads
Yes,
it. She has like
weird.
5 people who like read everything online and then like filter it up in like an executive summary and give it to her at the end of the day.
That's like all famous people. I don't like give a shit about like any
She
of that.
uses
You know?
4chan.
That's the rumor.
That's
Everyone, check out Justin Wang's video on that.
So
A classic Wang.
the weirdest part about this is just the ending of this tweet. She'd be a fun mom with the old style emoji, like the emoticon smiley face.
he had his dick in his hand writing this.
Like, I'm sorry, as a homosexual, I don't think she'd be a good parent. Have you heard her recorded output? She's fucking insane.
He also says it's strange to think that 90% of her eggs are already gone. Why is that? Like, he clearly believes what he's saying. Why is that strange to think? That's just a weird way to
She's just
word
been
that.
shooting him out at the crowd as part of her show every day, just like.
It's like the feminist version of Rammstein.
Oh my goodness. I actually have a punishment.
Yeah, go for it.
Go off, Queen.
All white women over 30, if they have children, their kids will not be white. Just to trigger Stephen Molly meme.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone gets like a nice, beautiful rainbow family. And then, yeah, that sounds good. He'd just be really mad about it and like not able to do anything. And everyone would be like, us and our beautiful children are solving racism.
White genocide happens.
It's an image of Lionel Hutz from The Simpsons when he's got the bubble over his head with all the different cultures around him.
Speaking of a bunch of different colored people that are, well, that sounds bad.
And also not what I
Bunch
said.
It's called people of color.
No, that's not what I meant. That's not. I didn't mean it.
That's kind of funny how, like, based on like how that's funny because how you arrange those words, like they're the same.
Yeah,
thing,
you could
but
be talking about like the Power Rangers. You could be getting racist with it. There's just so many options.
Yeah,
Because I was picturing
one is
like
so
the
much more
Simpsons.
offensive.
And like the people on The Simpsons are all like yellow.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
You know what I meant. Look, Cameron in the chat says, no, Grant, not again. This is not indicative of a bigger issue. Okay, this is just me trying to say a coalition of people that are of different ethnicities that are coming together.
This is the worst segue we've ever done.
A bunch of
I'm
different
just trying to
ethnicities.
save face, guys.
A bunch of different ethnicities coming together. Sounds like a bukkake. Am I right, ladies?
Sound off in the
Yes.
chat.
Sound off in the chat. Anyway, I want to get
you
to
relate?
this. I want to get to this because this is important. This is big news.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to drop this in this channel.
Oh God.
Oh, that's so
So
beautiful.
So you guys are voting for Pete Buttigieg, right? Because he's got that dance. He's got the high hopes dance. You throw your arms.
Yeah,
in
I
the
thought
air,
it was
you
kind of
clap.
stupid, and then I found out it was designed with accessibility in mind, and now I'm fucking sold.
Well, so someone else has a campaign dance, and this might help you reconsider who you might be voting for president.
How deep are we going with this? Because there's like some layers to it. With like the intern,
we'll uncover
everything
the layers.
else.
We'll
Okay.
uncover the layers, but
Good.
I'm going to play the video first. So if you haven't seen this yet, Nick Ciarelli says this is on Twitter. He says, "Look out, #Team Pete, because us Bloomberg heads have our own dance." Taken at the Mike
heads.
Bloomberg rally in Beverly Hills. #Bloomberg 2020. #moves like Bloomberg.
This is so fun. This is so silly.
I mean, it's kind of accurate because that is what he looks like when he moves.
They're all pointing and dancing. Bloomberg.
Bloomberg.
And then it says Mike Bloomberg 2020.
That was so fun.
Moves like Bloomberg.
Bloomberg.
Can't even do it.
Bloomberg. So this set the internet on fire.
Well, it smoldered a little bit, and then someone pissed on it, and it went back out again. But
Yeah, as we figured out over lunch before the recording, that it was a big troll.
No, it's real. And the Bloomberg campaign fired this innocent, unpaid intern. Like it's so unfair. He was so passionate about moving, like Bloomberg.
Bloomberg.
And they just fire him. That's so fucked up. Like, now I'm gonna go
okay, because
vote for
I think that guy
Butt-Chug.
originally posted like a response that was like a joke or something. Like, are you firing me or whatever? He wasn't actually associated with them, or like if he was trolling, right?
No, he was actually associated with them. Wink, wink.
Winked
In
into the
Minecraft,
mic.
right?
Yeah, wink into the mic louder so the listeners at home can hear you winking.
I just like winking.
She did say wink, wink, so.
True.
Fair enough.
I like
but
winking. It's fun.
You know who couldn't discern whether or not this is a parody was Sebastian Gorka, who said, apparently not a parody on
Apparently
Twitter.
not.
Apparently not.
Oh yeah,
Not
because
as in all.
noted brain genius
Yeah.
and noted able to hold on to a job for a long time doer.
You know, he has his own podcast now, and he has like a call-in
Big mistake.
segment.
See what I mean?
you should get him on.
He has like a call-in segment where people call into the show and just shit talk him, and he like can't deal with it. People are just like, "Hey, you're a fat piece of shit," and he's like, "Oh, very intelligent." And it's like,
Maybe he-
Honestly, that fucking rules, dude. I would love to do a show like that myself. Just have
I
people-
love how
I
he
would
literally like set up the phone number and opens up the floodgates himself, and then can't figure out how to like just like C-SPAN when someone says "fuck," just like end that shit.
Maybe
you know?
he gets off to us. Maybe he likes being humiliated. Maybe he also has his
Probably.
dick in his hand while
Yeah.
people are like negging him on. Like,
Well, in that case, don't encourage him.
good point. So we should just ignore Sebastian Gorka. But yeah, the moves like Bloomberg, it's fucked up. They
I
fired
feel like
this man.
I feel like this is not the end. I feel like this is unfortunately the beginning of stupid campaign bullshit that we're gonna have to deal with on the way to
Trump 2020.
like a further slide into the fascist nightmare.
And so this was filmed at UCB in LA, which is a
Yeah.
comedy theater. So it was.
yeah, it looked a little what am I thinking of? Underemployed with that crowd.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, just given the general setting, it's like looks a little theatrical.
Yeah.
IONet Runner in the chat says anyone who heard the dead tone Bloomberg and thought this was real should have their vote taken away.
Well, okay, to be fair, I feel like every time we want to give Democrats the benefit of the doubt on being competent, they turn around and fuck it up so hard.
I mean,
I just don't know what to believe
This
anymore.
was done so well that like I would like when I saw the
It was more
when I saw
enthusiastic
the-
than half the Pete dancing I've seen.
when I saw the Pete dance for the first time, I was like, this is someone fucking around. And it's like, no, this is real. And then when I saw this, I'm like, this has got to be a joke, but like, I don't know.
You know what the difference is?
I don't know.
Only one of them was designed with accessibility in mind.
I gotta say, like, using that Moves Like Jagger song was like a
Bloomberg.
Moves Like Bloomberg song. Great choice. And like, you know, like we're gonna
Sounds like
keep the cringe music flowing, or we're gonna have like
Black Eyed Peas for Warren, for sure.
Oh.
For sure.
No.
Calling it now.
You made this joke.
No, she has a rain dance.
No, Peter, you made this joke about how like Lizzo can't do anything with Warren because the DNA test line would be too problematic. What would it be? It's like, I just took a DNA test. Turns out
No, it'd just
I'm
be like
that
I just took a
0.1%.
Harvard Law School admissions test. Turns out I'm 100% admitted.
I was gonna make a bad like 0.1% Indian joke, but
Yeah, I don't
Way
know.
to trample the joke.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Democratic fuckshittery is just getting started, and then once the kerfuffle settles down and they decide on Hillary or whatever, like they did last time, it's just gonna like immediately amp up into like embarrassment overdrive. Although we haven't yet had our just chillin' in Cedar Rapids moment yet. I feel like it's gonna happen on TikTok this time, and I'm really, really amped. I would suggest that as punishment for all this lame shit, everyone has to make a TikTok and then post twice a day And then you have to read every comment the teens leave you, and they are not nice. They are not kind on there.
I kind of think, like, just cancel the rest of the Democratic debates and just, like, do a dance-off. Honestly, I'm having way more fun with this shit than I am, like, regular.
Last night, Grant, you did karaoke to the High Hope song. And you did the Mayor Pete dance along with it. And then you hung yourself with the mic afterwards. Or he wrapped it around his neck.
Yeah, and tried to hang myself. It didn't work.
Yeah, you're too fucking tall.
Yeah, you can watch that video on at Grant Mooney on Twitter.
Doxed.
My bad.
It's I don't know what to think. I think the first time I saw that, I was just kind of like stunned on the first playthrough.
Yeah.
It was an emotional experience.
Let's do one more story here.
Yeah.
The year's wrapping up. Time Magazine's picking their Time Person of the Year, and it's you. Just kidding, not this time. It's Greta Thunberg.
Good for her.
That makes me angry.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, she said today that she would put world leaders that didn't acknowledge climate change up against the wall, and I'm like, hell yeah, sister.
Why doesn't she just chill out and see a movie with a friend?
I think she's working on that.
I think you guys see that Trump.
I think the mark of a real girl boss is you can do both. You can chill out at a movie with a friend and then also threaten world leaders with revolution if you don't get what you want. I feel like both of them are girl boss qualities.
I mean, who wouldn't want to take a bunch of world leaders and take them into Minecraft?
Oh yeah.
Just hit the fucking hard reset button. Pull a Watchman, just global catastrophe that brings us all together.
Give Macron a pickaxe and tell him to start digging straight down.
Bye, Justin Trudeau.
All of them.
Yeah, but
Justin Trudeau would probably be really good at Minecraft, like scarily, unfortunately good.
Do you think the rumor of him being Castro's bastard son is true?
Absolutely. His nipples are too dark.
Do we have pictures of Castro's nipples as reference?
What is that?
No, we don't.
Is he just doing black nipple?
No, you don't know this
No,
theory?
that's the one thing he always forgets to cover, funny enough.
Huh.
You don't know this conspiracy theory, which, honestly may be true.
Anyways, Trudeau's not winning Person of the Year. Do people still read Time magazine?
No.
That's what I was saying, too.
I don't think people read magazines.
Like, it's such a pointless thing, and then, of course, it's like the one thing, because, like, the one time Trump went to a dentist office when he was a kid, probably, like, he saw, like, a Person of the Year Time magazine cover, and that just, like, imprinted on his pea brain.
That person. And
then, like, when it came out with, like, the shiny reflective cover, it was almost good enough, but not quite. And then he finally won it, and then, like, whatever. Yeah. Won it. Like, they've had, like, Hitler on there before. It's not, like, their favorite or the best or, like, what the judges thought was the nicest person.
Yeah, who's
like,
in charge of this anyway?
Well, it's the magazine's editorial staff, and they basically come up with a whole list of people who like made the news and go like, who had the most impact. Which a lot of times is people doing horrible shit, like how they almost nominated Bin Laden for I think 2001 or 2002, just because he had the biggest impact. I mean, horrible pun.
Yeah,
but not wrong. Never wrong.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening to Thought Cops. This is going to be the last episode.
And none of us will be on SNL, so don't worry.
Oh.
Damn it.
Maybe we can be on Mad TV.
Yes.
Just to sort of bring this up, this isn't like a main story or anything, but Aaron Carter, got canceled because he, again, this time because he called up a Chinese food place and used a fake Chinese accent to order his food with.
I thought I saw something accusing him of being just gross with underage people or something, but that was probably.
Probably.
Sure.
Well, that too. But speaking of underage people, Greta Thunberg, underage girl, won the Time. I don't know why I phrased it that way. Anyway, I
phrased things poorly this episode.
Yeah.
Not on purpose. Just.
I've been an unproblematic angel.
Me too.
No.
Anyway,
hashtag you too.
So
she's just a kid, guys. Leave her alone.
I feel like the funniest thing though is that she doesn't give a shit. She's like, cool, whatever. It's made out of paper. I won't touch it. Good for her. Yeah. This just somehow got into another man's pea brain so much. This is going to be that piece of popcorn in the back of his mouth for months. He will be tweeting 80 times an hour about this a years from now, probably.
Yeah.
So I think good for her because she didn't have to do anything and now someone's mad. That's the best kind of fame.
I don't get why people give a shit about any aspects of anything that we talk about.
I only care about
We're just going like full
anime.
nihilist meltdown.
No, I mean, that's me every episode, and it's been getting worse and worse. But I see a lot of like fucking backlash against her as a person. And it's just like, what? Like, if you care so much, just fucking tune her out. Like, if you think that she's not going to make a difference, then like don't pay attention. And if you think she is, like, fine. But it's like people getting upset at like a 16-year-old is like, yeah, I don't care. I don't fucking listen to 16-year-olds tell me what to think about politics either.
I mean, yeah. And, you know, the other thing is like, she's not incorrect, actually, in my opinion, about like the vast majority of what she's saying. And the fact that she's like willing to be confrontational when like a lot of like child activists usually get co-opted and like defanged or whatever.
Yeah.
Like mad respect for that. Cause like I wouldn't yell at the full UN. I can joke about it, but I definitely wouldn't do it.
I would do it.
I would too. I'd be like, you guys know what you did.
I think I'd single out like one country to be the butt of my jokes and just kind of like riff off of that. But anyways, no, like I also feel like anyone who wants to like outright dismiss her, it's like, well, you weren't going to do shit for the climate anyways, like no matter who was saying it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know why like you're picking this particular hill to die on here with like yelling about a 16-year-old, except I totally can, because it's like the least respectable version of like whoever's saying whatever this is you're angry about.
Yeah.
You could have just
Meanwhile,
said
the
they're not going
planet's
to do
dying.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, they're not doing anything. Like,
well,
I don't
she
care.
basically yelled at and targeted all the people that are sort of like propping her up, you know, which I think is very sort of fascinating. She's like, oh, all you people that are like, oh, I'm an environmentalist and you do nothing about global climate change. And they're all the ones that are like, she's a hero. And it's like, she's talking about you.
Well, I mean, she's right, though. Like, there's definitely complacency that comes when people are like, I'm doing a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a car. And, you know, that's, like, great. That saves, like, you know, a shitload of carbon every year. I probably do a bunch of other things that are, like, more environmentally conscious than, like, the average, quote unquote. But it's not like...
I mean, it's like 97%.
It's not like I'm composting my own shit,
industry,
you know? Yeah.
You know, it's all fucking agriculture and fucking industry and shit.
So the punishment, just Time Magazine's goes digital. You know what? It's like,
isn't it already? There was the one time when I was the I was the Time Person of the Year.
Yeah, I saw that.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It was like a picture of like a computer or something, or like a mirror. I don't remember actually.
It was a computer and it had a foil thing. I think it was inside of like a YouTube thing. Because like that's when YouTube like really took off.
Yeah.
And then we had like Instagram and everything else.
I mean, that's also like thematically appropriate. Saves paper.
Yeah, exactly. Let's move on to the positive part of the show, Key to the City, where we like to shine a light on something nice in our godforsaken lives. This week, my Key to the City goes to the short husband woman. Remember the curvy wife guy?
Oh, God, there's more of these people.
Yeah, now there is the short husband woman, Liz Adams, at Liz on Twitter with 2 Z's. Happily married to my 5'5" king for 8 years.
Or like Prince, am I right? LMAO.
While y'all are getting ghosted by 6'2" alcoholics with 7th grade reading levels.
I'm 6'4", bitch.
But go off about how you only date tall men, I guess.
I do.
Well.
So the wife guy has finally become the wife.
Yeah.
Congratulations. We did it. Feminism is over. We completed it.
We've achieved it.
Cope more, lady.
Good for her, I guess. I don't know.
You know, for all the short kings out there.
Short guys get better leverage in bed.
I don't date men under 6 foot. Just saying. I don't. I've only dated 2 people, and they were both over 6 feet. So.
My key to the city this week goes to this guy that keeps putting tiny cowboy hats on pigeons in Las Vegas. Apparently, local animal rescue is trying to find out who's doing it. Maybe it's bad for the birds. I don't know. I don't really care. Pigeons are terrible. At least they're a little more entertaining now that they have tiny cowboy hats on their tiny heads.
It is a cute little look.
Look,
yeah.
Wait, I want to see what they look like.
They look like that. There's one.
They're cute.
There's another one.
Ooh, look at him.
That is awesome.
There's this guy.
Dude, that's so cute. I love
I don't know if they're glowing.
Also, like
on.
the physical effort of like somehow making these hats, getting them sized appropriately for pigeons, then like catching a fucking pigeon. Have you tried that lately? It's hard.
Yeah, someone said originally our first thought is that it's kind of cute, and then you're like, wait, those are real birds. How did they get those hats on? Pretty sure glue was used. Like, here's the thing though, fuck pigeons. They're disgusting. They're rats with wings. Like, 2 of them have flown into my head. So, fuck him. And key to the city goes to the guy that has been making these pigeon hats.
Fair enough.
What y'all got?
Ice-T, he's really good at Twitter. If you don't follow Ice-T on Twitter, you're missing out.
Yeah, you made a compilation post, right?
Yeah, so people were asking, it's like, oh, do you like Mexicans? He's like, I stand with Mexicans. My son, Little Ice, is half Mexican. They're like, what about gamers? He's like, I stand with the gamers. It's like, what, do you stand with goths? No problem with goths at all. I stand. And then someone was like, Ice, do you stand with the journalists in this time of economic disruption in the media sector? And he's like, journalists? That's a slippery slope.
You know what it was with that tweet? It was saying media sector, like anyone gave a shit.
I know.
That's really what doomed you there.
He's really good at Twitter.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
He'll just be like, talking a little shit in my chat room, log off. And like, he posted a picture of him and his wife Coco, who, by the way, they're a great couple. Like, the fact there's no drama ever posted on them online just is like, in my mind, is proof that they probably
have
love
like
each
a
other.
reality TV show?
Yeah, and like, you don't hear drama about them. They probably are very happy together. He posted a picture of him and Coco, and some girl, some ugly ass heifer bitch, was like, this is so sexist because you're just using her as a prop. And he's like, ain't nobody like posing with you, bitch. And
Hell yeah.
and like, she's like, Ice, can you delete this? I'm getting death threats. He's like, you talk shit to me and want me to delete shit. And I was like, good for you, Ice. Like, fuck this dumb heifer bitch. Like, always Ice-T. He's the best part of SVU. He always has the funniest lines, and he's funny on Twitter. I love him.
All right. I think I decided on a key to the city. It is. I actually don't. I don't think I have anything positive.
Go off, King.
My key to the city is I have nothing. There is no joy or positivity in my life right now.
Man, that's a cop out. Even I can find keys to the city.
I'm goth, and I can at least enjoy Ice-T.
Well, duh, because he stands with you.
Is there a video game you like, or
a YouTube video you've seen, a Facebook post you've reacted to, a tweet you've retweeted, perhaps a tumble that you've retumbled?
Okay, now we're just getting into the dead services. Don't bring up my Zanga. No, okay, I did see on YouTube the other day a video that actually made me laugh so hard I had to pause the video and keep laughing. I can't remember what it was, and that's it. I experienced joy, like, completely unbridled for about 45 seconds, and then it went away, and that's where we're at.
I don't know. You liked Promare.
Yeah, but it was like the second time around.
True.
good enough?
I liked in Promare when like they said stay put for the sing along.
Oh no, okay, that is actually it. So when we went to go see this lovely anime movie, because it was like a special Redux showing, they had like a little short at the beginning. It was really cute. They also had this like title card that they showed right before that said, "Please stay seated afterwards for a sing along of the main theme song." And everybody in the theater read it and started laughing.
Except for me and Kevin.
Yeah, I was confused.
Well, okay, because for context, I had seen something like earlier in the day.
Are we doing this for Fire Bros? Are we
Might
going
as
to talk
well.
about this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So you can keep talking. We're not going to chime in.
Dope. I had seen something on Twitter earlier that day about people trying to like copy like the Japanese fan screenings where you scream at the movie like when various things happen. So you have like your list of different like calls. And apparently people have been doing that at other theaters elsewhere. And like completely making it a miserable experience, obviously, because no one needs to hear children in adults' bodies.
Yeah,
that's the way it is, not the other way
Correct.
around. The children are topic this time. Nope. And
You're
like,
about to be the third person to get canceled.
oh, honey, I was never going to be on SNL. I'm too gay for that. And
What about the one guy?
So like I was kind of on edge about that happening, and like I was really not looking forward to having to like turn around and shush someone, because that never goes well, because then they get offended and it's like, well, now I'm arguing with a literal 4-year-old in like a taller frame, so fuck me. But, you know, everyone laughed at that title card inviting us to a sing-along. Nobody participated. I felt good about it. And we still cleared the fuck out of there right away just in case.
that's right.
And that's why you guys are my friends. Because we just understood that we needed to leave no matter what.
I left that theater quicker than I left Joker.
Yeah.
I'd rather get shot up than hear a bunch of fat Fujoshi sing.
Oh my god.
Leo-chan, my Uke-chan.
Like, they're both gay. It's not for you.
You know.
And let's get on to Thought Cop's Word of the Week. This week's Thought Cop's Word of the Week
Oh, no.
Jesus.
is crinkling.
what is
crinkling is wearing your diaper, commonly in reference to furry cosplay. So if you're in your furry cosplay and you're wearing your diaper, you might hear a little bit of crinkling and whatnot when you walk around. But in general, the term to be wearing your diaper at a convention or something of the like is called crinkling.
Remember when we all
Every
went...
day I'm crinkling.
Everybody remember when we went to Midwest Fur Fest and then my girlfriend broke up with me like a week later.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Yeah.
Nope, not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
That was a fun time.
Yeah.
I enjoyed...
That was like a really good, I never need to do that again experience.
I was so drunk. Thank you, Peter.
Oh, God.
It was
scary.
Yeah.
I needed to be shit-faced because I saw BDSM diaper furs and I was like, okay, I cannot be sober for
Fun
this.
fact, I got off the train on the way home after that and immediately went to the bar down the street from my apartment and topped up how wasted I was. Yeah. Just so that I would have a chance of going to bed and waking up not remembering it. Didn't work.
Anyway, Midwest Fur Fest, check it out.
Yeah, it just happened last week. That's some of our friends.
Yeah, you have 51 weeks.
They told us what that means.
Until you can get your crinkle on.
Yeah,
I guess.
get your crinkle on.
God. Voicemails.
Yeah. So before we get to our last segment of the show, the voicemails. Just want to remind y'all, you can leave your own at 312-788-7361, or you can send an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Hit it.
Hey, Thought Cops. This is me, Spaghetti.
What's that?
I just don't have anything really to say. Thank
Thanks.
you guys for patrolling these mean streets out here on the internet.
Anytime.
Just don't shoot any minorities.
Oh,
I never will.
If you can help it, of course. If you can't help it, then shoot away, right? But
God
damn it!
You can't.
He just walked in front of my God.
Whip out that Glock and blast him up. But yeah, please don't put me on any watch lists after this voicemail.
Well, that's your own fault.
Grant, you're fake. Kevin, you exist. Boners.
Thank you.
Wow.
I mean,
kind words.
The trick to that is really just leave your voicemail for the Minecraft number, not the real world number.
Yeah.
Then you can say whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of that, let's get to the next one here.
Hey, thought, bitch, fuckers. I have a little girly
that
thing to
includes you in
complain
this
about.
voicemail.
Yeah.
It's how British women do their makeup. Specifically, the Instagram baddies of England. They are so fucking ugly. I know British women are ugly already, but they,
What are you talking about?
wear, foundation
Instagram
that is
baddie.
way too dark for their skin. It doesn't match. It looks orange. It just looks caked on in a really bad way. They look like Jersey Shore, Chavette, Kardashian blackface monsters. And I don't even have a punishment because I just saw the results of their election and they're gonna be enjoying American style health care. So that's enough punishment. But British women stop tanning. It looks like shit. Stop being so fucking ugly. Stop it. Stop.
It's a glandular condition.
Okay, I need to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
God,
Look
I don't
at
want to
this.
see it.
I really appreciate the turquoise is the
What?
accent there because it's
Let
the
me
complete opposite shade of orange from her skin on the
yeah,
color
no,
wheel.
I totally wouldn't.
You see what I mean? And they all look like this.
You couldn't even pay me.
How do you go about being an Instagram baddie? How are you
Isn't
supposed to
that
be
just
attractive
everybody
with a
on
voice
Instagram?
like this?
No, British women are on steroids with that shit. Look at this bitch. She looks like the alien from American Dad.
That is, I love how she got the contour on her clavicle to match her cheekbone. That is stunning work.
I couldn't tell you the difference between.
They look bad. It looks like shit and they're fucking...
I guess I don't spend enough time looking at makeup tutorials on Instagram.
Yeah, he's looking at dudes getting jacked on Instagram, if you know what I mean.
Hey, man, it's a living.
This bitch looks like she has piss on her face.
Maybe she does. What's wrong with that?
She's British. Ew. Look at this.
Yeah, this just looks like everyone who has an Instagram fashion page.
Trust me.
They all just like sprinkle glitter on, and they just paint their fucking like eyebrows on.
No, like she's right. Like they're very orange, and it's just
because there's no sunlight in Britain.
Well,
so they gotta paint the sunlight.
Just embrace the paleness, and like I don't want to say it's okay to be white because that's not what I'm trying to say. It's not a bad thing if you're not tan.
So they're looking a little bit orange, you say?
Yeah.
And the elections may...
They're an omen.
Yeah.
Like...
There are a bunch of omens that listen to fucking... What's her name? Cher Lloyd. I don't fucking know.
What?
British women beat
Simon
losing.
Cowell. I don't fucking...
like... Peter knows where I'm coming from. That's all that matters.
Let's play that last voicemail.
Hey, it's Aaron Klopfer.
Hey,
what's that?
Why is there not an Adam Sandler segment on your show? Just give a little bit of a ASS. Just a little bit of a yippee-dee-wee-hee-haw. Woo-hoo-yoo. Get the people what they want, or I'm going to stop my donations of lots of money.
Uh-oh.
Thank you.
Lots of money to what? Is he a patron? I don't think he's a patron, is he?
Do you know what that background noise ambiance reminded me of? That damn bitch, you live like this meme?
Yeah.
Like, I just heard the inside of a very depressing apartment.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler. What about Amanda Sandler?
Is an Adam Sandler him?
Is there No, I guess those are the only...
Is there an Eve Sandler?
Well,
Jesus.
I would like to review Uncut Gems for Fire Bros, so
yeah.
We'll see.
Uncut? I thought it was Jewish.
Oh!
I still want to have that Happy Gilmore party, like just a themed. You dress up as your favorite character from the movie.
I'm the
seen
golf
that
cart.
Movie,
Yeah,
so.
you haven't?
I call the hand.
Dude, I've told you, I see like 3 movies a year, and
But like that should be one of them.
Okay, I'll watch it like when I get back from.
Is there an anime version of that?
Probably.
There should be an anime version of 8 Crazy Nights.
That movie fucking
There should be an anime version of Click with the exact same like pacing, score, animation as like your name.
I was just thinking.
Like Adam Sandler, but with very large, shiny eyes.
And beautiful backgrounds.
Did we do plugs yet?
Oh no, go ahead.
Guys, plug yourselves.
I am on Twitter. It is at 100 Sports Cars. That's at 100 Sports Cars, all one word continuously.
All lowercase.
It doesn't fucking matter.
And the
is the
numbers
fucking
are-
thing. The numbers are capital. No. Yeah, that's where you can find me. And that's about all I do. Sorry.
Great.
Yeah.
I've been on the show so many times. If you listen to this, you probably follow me. But if you don't, I am at GothJohnBenet on Twitter. I am at GothBenet on Instagram. If you want art commissions, message me on either of those platforms. We can work something out.
Oh,
The
yeah.
city of Chicago just cucked me out of $160, so I'm pissed.
Yeah,
So-
be sure when requesting your commission that you include what kind of strain of weed you want drawn in the joint and what kind of Pokemon will be smoking it.
Yeah, like Peter can testify my turnaround and quality of art.
Extremely high, much like the artist.
Very good.
Well, thanks everybody for listening. You can support the show yourself at patreon.com/thoughtcops. Leave your own voicemail 312-788-7361 or thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Niko.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Smell you later.
And
Da-da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-da-na-na-na. It's because you said smell you later. So I did when Gary, the Pokemon trainer. Never. Okay.